hello, my favorite booty holes. And okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys right off the bat right now, I'm like super nervous, and I feel like this is my first podcast ever when it's already been like 3 months. But this is gonna be my first episode with a guest. As much as we miss Renee, no one will ever replace her. I had decided to just bring on some cool guests. So here we are, this episode. You guys seen the title of the episode, and it's Power of the Pussy. That's what it's called. And I don't know how you interpret it, but hang on tight because this one's about to be a real good one. So this day and age, there's so many women out there that that are breaking through the traditional thing and not just being like a stay-at-home mom. There's nothing wrong with stay-at-home moms, like more power to them. Like I don't know if I could ever do that. But there's like women breaking records, there's women doing things, and there's even more women that are becoming more independent and not relying on men. And when I think of people like that, of course, I think of my mom, my ratchet ass mommy. And in that realm or in that genre, I think of this one other person. I've known her since I was like 13 or 14. Met her in high school. Her name, if I could have a drum roll, please, that would be freaking great. I probably have to do some sound bites on that. Don't even know how to do that, but I guess this is a whole learning experience. One of my closest besties, her name is Mo, and welcome to the show, Mo.
Thanks, I'm glad to be here. I'm a little bit nervous, but we're gonna make this work.
Yeah, if we showed you what our setting was like right now, you guys would all laugh. We're in her son's room.
Oh, can I explain it?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so right now, we are in my son's room. He's 3.5 years old. So the paint is a little bit green, I would say.
It's like minty.
Mint, yeah, that's a good color. Mint with a lot of educational papers around and wallpaper, I would say.
Definitely.
Numbers 1 to 10, by the way. And we're currently sitting on a bunk bed.
And I was just telling Mo that I've always wanted a bunk bed my whole life, and I've never got to lay down or sleep in one.
Yes, imagine a slumber party right now in a kid's 3-year-old room.
And we're 32, or 31.
It's wonderful, and the lighting is great in here.
Oh yeah, and she's also holding her other son while we are
I'm
doing
holding Ian. He's 5 months old, and so don't be alarmed if there's a little bit of whining in the back.
Or a little slurpage.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I first asked Mo to do this, she was like, "Oh, do I have to do it?" And I was like, "Please, I'm all alone in this podcast." And being the good friend that she is, she was a trooper and said yes. And so Mo, for the people that obviously that don't know you, for all my new listeners, old listeners, give us an idea of who you are.
Okay. Well, my name's Monique Fabes.
I still call you Lopez. It's so bad.
Yeah, my last name, my used to be last name is Lopez. Actually, what's really interesting is that I never really changed my name. I'm just doing business as Fabes. So on all my documents, it still says Monique Lopez. And it will never change, guys.
Yes,
so
power of the pussy.
Yeah, example of women power. Because you don't have to change your last name. You could just do it as doing as business. No problem.
What do you think of, I always ask it to guys. I was like, to guys, would you change your last name?
No. They would never.
Yeah, because it's kind of emasculating or kind of
Exactly.
You're a little bitch. And,
yeah. But that's okay. My husband was actually open to me not really changing my name, but I still call myself Monique.
I did not know that.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah, did you like that?
Yeah, but obviously my kid's name, they have the last name of Fabes.
And then where did you grow up?
I grew up in San Francisco. I grew up on Geneva. It's kind of in Visitation Valley, if anyone knows where that
know.
Is. If you know, you know.
La Loma?
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, I grew up there, but I went to school in Burlingame all my life, so it's a different kind of scenery. So I, lived in San Francisco, but then went to school in Burlingame from the age of 4 to, the end of high school, pretty much, where I met Clarice.
Yeah, and then I think we like, because I grew up in the city too, so I think that's where, and it was pretty ghetto in
Where
the
I
South
was,
of Market.
yes. Yeah, but I lived in a kind of, it was like a street where it's very busy, full of Asians and black people, and then maybe about 5 minutes away you hit the ghetto.
Oh yeah,
like right around the corner.
Like you probably don't want to go there past like a certain time.
Yeah, exactly. Stay at home.
And so I am in her house right now. She is actually a homeowner. Jealous, like literally jealous. Like a bunch of our circle of friends. So, okay, to give you guys some context, we're kind of in this little girl group that we have been in since high school, and we call ourselves TLZ. And you know, even a bunch of us out of the group have literally bought a house.
Yeah.
And like, she lives. Is this considered Benicia or Vallejo?
No, this is Vallejo.
Yeah.
So I'm in Vallejo in Glen Cove. Actually, I didn't know before I came here. Vallejo's huge. It has
really.
Yeah, it has. It's a lot.
Because it even goes to like American Canyon.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I really didn't know that these different neighborhoods exist. You know what I mean? So, I mean, obviously you have the ghetto part of Vallejo.
Okay.
But there's actually really nice places. I mean, you have Hidden Brook. You have the Somerset Highlands that are really nice, and you have Glen Cove, which is amazing too. We're right on the water.
Yeah.
You can see the bridge from our home. Yeah, and the water right there.
Oh, that's where you take your dog.
Yeah, I take my dog there.
She's literally living. She
is
awesome. A homeowner.
It's an awesome place, and it's really peaceful.
Yeah, and like it was worth the drive here. I was like sitting in traffic, but I was like, oh man, I just can't wait to be there. But not a lot of people can buy a house in the Bay Area, so again, power of the pussy. And also her husband too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we were kind of priced out of San Francisco. Let's just be honest. You know, no, I mean, I can't afford.
Like I feel like even if you're like a millionaire, you can't even buy a house or like a decent.
We just didn't want to sacrifice the space for the price that we would get.
Yeah, I agree. And her house is fat. So
it's okay.
No, it's not. She's downplaying herself, guys.
Well, here's the thing, guys. If you want to buy, you gotta renovate yourself.
Oh my god! So I think the first time, I think when you first got this house, I came here. It was like
we destroyed it. Yeah.
We only hung out in the backyard because she was like, it's so embarrassing inside. It was nothing. It was literally nothing. And now they're like her backsplash, and now she has like an island that's like a freaking like, what is it, like a waterfall island? Like I don't.
Waterfall island.
It's like jizz in your fucking pants and on freaking like.
Well, we just had to design it, you know, just.
It's gorgeous.
We didn't do everything all at once. We did everything room by room.
Yeah.
And there's still some rooms that need work, especially like this bathroom.
Oh yeah, the bathroom.
The half bathroom. We just got a quote on it. A half bath. Imagine like 20 square foot.
Oh god.
We got quoted $23,000. Now I'm not saying that it probably isn't worth it. I just wasn't expecting that.
I mean, I think with the whole house thing, it's very like trial and error. Like you don't really know. You kind of have to go through different types.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think one day I will have to go through that, and I'll probably ask you for help because I'm gonna be like, is this a lot or is this a good price?
Yeah.
Or I can just marry someone that does a lot of labor.
There you go. Yeah, done. Do it yourself.
Okay, so enough about the whole background, everything. So I wanted to. She probably like. Okay, so everyone knows that I do like an outline before this, and I wanted to talk about certain memories that like me and Mo had. And then like
okay,
she's looking at me like I'm crazy right now. But one of the things that totally popped up in my head, besides the fact that I remember I was like, oh, you can boil an egg like on a fucking hot floor.
That is hilarious.
Okay, well like I didn't know how to freaking cook it or like anything about eggs, and it was so hot as balls.
At school.
I was like, I feel like you could just boil an egg on the fucking concrete right now, and she was like,
you probably could.
You mean fry it, not boil?
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, so stupid.
Okay, one more. Okay, there was this one time I convinced Mo to come out, and of course I myself got shit-faced.
I think I remember this.
And then we went out to Minna, It was like a nice gallery, club, bar, whatever. And I get it. Sometimes I just don't know my limits and I just black out. And I drove that night.
You did, yes.
And then I sprained my ankle because I was walking, and then you're like, I need to get home, blah, blah, blah. And all that stuff. And then I think someone picked you up. And then I would
No, we went home.
Oh, someone else drove my car.
Somebody else drove your car.
Okay, yeah, I know.
don't even remember who that is.
Yeah, I know. It was... yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. He drove my car home, and then, like, I remember making this video. I think one of my friends put it on YouTube, and I was crying because I was like, I sprained my ankle, and I'm never going to be the first girl in the NBA, and that played on YouTube for, like, a good, like, chunk of my time. But that's one of the memories that I had. And besides the fact that Mo used to work at Red Robin before.
Oh, yeah, my second job ever, I was a hostess at Red Robin.
Oh, my gosh. And
it was one of the, oh, God. I remember looking at the clock. It was the only job where I would look at the clock. Like, constantly.
We would go and visit her, and then our other friend worked there, too, and he was a bird. And Mo would walk him around the whole entire restaurant because you couldn't see.
Yeah. It's really awkward.
Okay, those are my 2 cents about our memories. Okay, so back to you. Power of the pussy. Did you know you wanted to be like a chef? You're like, when you were a kid, you were like, this is what I'm gonna do for a living. This is what I'm gonna grow up, and all this stuff, all these dreams were gonna be in the kitchen.
Yeah. So I was really lucky, and I was really lucky that I grew up with my father and my grandpa who cook all the time. I was always surrounded by amazing ethnic Filipino food. Mm-hmm. And so I was always from as long as I can remember, I was always in the kitchen, just trying to help out as much as I can, whether it was, cooking rice, measuring things.
And rice is her favorite thing, guys.
Yeah, rice is my favorite thing. But it was the first thing I learned how to cook. Ever since I was little, I try and make my own meals, And when I was little, I was always watching cooking shows. Always.
Oh,
I was watching Julia Child. I was watching Yan Can Cook.
Oh,
I was watching Iron Chef, which is the shit.
That is her favorite.
Yeah, and just these little memories, maybe I wasn't consciously thinking that I'm going to be a chef later, but it always intrigued me.
Yeah.
It was always on, that back end, like where I'm going to, if I'm good at something, I can cook. And when high school came around, that's when you start preparing, like, okay, what are you going to be? We went to a really good school where they prepared you for the future, not just like the next day or the next year. It was like, hey, you're a freshman in high school. What are you going to do in college? What college do you want to go to? Where do you want to go?
That's why I love Mercy.
Yeah, because they just prepared you. I mean, we had a great school, very expensive, but it was wonderful.
Like I think I would send my girls there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, well, I would. But during then, it's like, where are you going to apply? Are you going to apply somewhere? And then it was like, what do I want to be?
Yeah.
I want to be a chef.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to be a chef. There's no
doubt about it.
And I was really lucky and firm on what I wanted to do. And so I started researching, like, okay, man, I don't even need to apply to the colleges because I want to go to culinary school. Yeah. So I went to culinary school right when I was right out of high school. Yeah. When I was 17.
Yeah.
I graduated young. I'm pretty young. So I went to culinary school right then and there. And then right after that, I started working, and I never looked back. I was pretty lucky.
That
started
crazy.
Young. Yeah, I didn't change or anything. I just had a goal, and I just...
See, that's what I think, like, was great, because, like, of course I took, like, the 10-year college plan, because I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do. Filipinos always want you to be in the medical field, so I did that for, like, 5 years, and I'm not going to say I wasted it, but I really pleased my family first.
Yes.
And I was just like, okay, you know what? I need to do what I want to do, and let's just do something in business. And I feel like I talk to people well, and that's what I excel in. And I did that. And because of that, I had to pay for school on my own because, I had to support myself. Did that. And then, so that's great that you knew right off the bat.
Yeah, and I didn't always have, like, the support that I needed for that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, my mom wasn't really into it at first. Some of my really close friends were like, hey, you're not going to go to college?
Yeah.
You're not going to go to a 4-year college?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not. I want to do this. Like,
yeah.
Then they're like, what if it doesn't work out? Then you have nothing to fall back on.
That,
my grandma used to be like, oh, it's okay, you're young, you can change. Like,
yeah, that's like my grandma.
Like, okay, thanks, grandma, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks. But then after the years went by and they saw that I was really serious and I was actually going somewhere, I hope.
Yeah.
They started supporting, like, with 200%.
Yeah. That's when they start reacting to when they're like, oh,
like you're really serious
about this.
Yeah, you're actually good.
Yeah, so you know what, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
no,
going.
there's no way. But my dad, my parents, they always supported, which is wonderful. I always had that family support, and my sisters too.
Were your sisters ever good at cooking too?
No, actually now one of them is. She's, you know, actually all of them have no choice now, but
yeah.
they're good. They're good.
Okay. I mean, as long as
they're okay.
You
I'll eat their
more
food.
than rice. Okay, as long as you would eat it, then that says something.
Yeah.
Okay, so after college, you graduated, and then you worked, and then when you told me this news that you were moving, I literally felt like I got broken up with. Then, like, you were just gonna leave.
Crazy.
Like, what gave you the balls to leave the United States and just go off and go and do your dreams in another country?
Yeah.
Or tell them where you went, what your journey was.
Okay, I was working at a wonderful restaurant in San Francisco. It's called Massa's. Massa's in San Francisco. It's closed now. Due to finances.
Yeah.
It just closed.
A lot of COVID.
Yeah,
stuff.
so it just kind of gave me it was going through a hard time at that time financially with the hotel it was based in.
Yeah.
And so they decided to close. And then I was like, okay, what am I going to do after? And I was thinking, I was already in the industry for, you know, maybe 5 years or so, 5-6 years.
So you had a good few years under your belt then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it was enough. It was already in a Michelin star restaurant, and so I had experience in Michelin star restaurants already. So I just wanted to go and travel. You know, I read all these amazing cookbooks, and it always made me dream, like, hey, I want to go to Europe. What are they doing over there? And ultimately, the thing I wanted to do was just be in that 1% of the chefs in the world.
Oh,
I just wanted, that was my initial dream, was just like, I want to be at the top. I want to hang with the top people. And so I just did my research. I did my research in a place called Copenhagen and Belgium as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wanted to spend 3 months out there. Just 3 months. Get that experience. Hope for a job. And then hopefully not come back. No, but I mean, I was planning to come back. But at the end of the day, I wanted to earn my place there. I wanted to show them that I wasn't just some intern there just hanging out for 3 months. And I just wanted to show them that I could hang with the big boys.
And you did.
And I did. It was a crazy time in my life. So I left for Copenhagen for this place called Geranium. It's a 3 Michelin star restaurant in Copenhagen, Denmark. And during that time, I earned a position there, and it was wonderful.
You were like hauling ass. Like, she would call me, and she would be working like bajillion amount of hours a day on your feet.
In the high-end restaurants, in the high Michelin star restaurants, or even 1-star Michelins, the ones that I were trained at, and 2 stars, we were working 16 hours a day.
And you're on your feet the whole entire time.
16 hours, you guys. 16 hours of just... if you compare it to something, it's like the military. I'm not kidding. It's really intense.
Yeah.
You abuse your body. And
were there a lot of women in that role?
No, never. It's never been a female-driven profession, especially in Copenhagen or in Europe or even here. You know, you can see them, but they don't last.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. Like, you're already in there, like, make a name of yourself and, like, just stand your ground.
Yeah, and there's a lot of choices that you have to do.
Yeah.
It's a different outlook for every different female chef, because what if they start a family, or what if
That's true.
What if they can't afford it? You know, it's not when you start out as a chef, you're not making the best money. You know, it's not, restaurants aren't like a money making machine.
You have to move your way up.
Yeah, it really, you have to put in the years, and you have to just keep your head down and work, which is what I did. 16 hours a day.
But you enjoyed
6
it.
days. Yeah, I loved it. I mean, like I said, I abused my body. I abused, me mentally. I just loved it. I loved that kind of like teamwork.
Yeah.
How you had to make it work, and like
it's like a family, basically.
Yeah, those butterflies that you had before the dinner service. Like, am I ready? Am I ready? Can I perform? And your chef constantly yelling and making you better. It's like, are you good enough to perform this tonight? So at a high-end level, at the the 1%. The 1% of the world. Like, are you ready for this?
So it's literally like in what they portray in the movies. Like, I feel like, have you ever watched Chef on? I think it's on Amazon.
Chef? Yeah. Yeah, I have.
So it's like that? Like, is it
really
but even
intense? Worse. Or have you seen Burnt?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that kind of kitchen. That's the kitchens that we were.
So I can see a lot of people cracking.
Every day.
Like, that's, you literally, like.
You had people crying all the time.
Yeah.
Like, there's this one time, what is it? This cook poured boiling water. On me. No, not on purpose. They splashed on like a pot on the ground, and it went on my leg. Remember, I had that burn on my leg?
Okay, yeah, I remember.
That was a 2nd-degree burn, by the way, and it just my whole leg. And I just went to service the neck. I went to the ER after the shift.
Oh, you didn't even go right away.
I didn't even go right away. I was like, I'm fine. I had to take Percocet for a month, 2 Percocet at a time, because it was just awful.
The pain was
just awful. You just had to be a soldier through it, especially because somebody's gonna take your job. If you left, somebody would have taken it, and you need that.
So you're kind of disposable then. Like, you could be easily replaced, like, within.
Somebody will want your job, but if you're good and you show that you want
prove yourself.
You're done.
Okay, so that was the pass. How long were you there for again?
Copenhagen?
Yeah.
Almost a year. Okay,
then after Copenhagen, you went...
After Copenhagen, I went back to the United States, and basically what happened in Copenhagen is that I had problems with my visa. We couldn't renew it, pretty much.
Yeah.
So if that happened, I would still be in Copenhagen right now. But since that happened...
Thank God that didn't work, guys.
Yeah. Since that happened, I went back to the United States, and I went back to San Francisco, and I was looking for a job at Meadowwood, at the French Laundry, at these places who wanted me to work there. But it was like, okay, I don't want to work in California anymore. I just felt like a failure that I couldn't stay in Copenhagen, even if it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, you had no control over
I know.
that.
I just felt like, oh man, I need to advance my career.
Yeah.
And here I am back home. So I wanted to prove to myself that I can go somewhere again. And so I booked a one-way ticket to New York.
Left again, whatever.
I left again after a few weeks of arriving in San Francisco, and I said, Mom, I'm going to New York, and I'm going to just look for a job when I'm out there. For 2 weeks.
Ballsy.
Oh my God. Oh. I arrived in New York in like one of the worst winters ever.
That's the worst.
In 2014. And 2014, and I was just like, hey, I'm gonna look for a job. So I looked at like the top restaurants there. I looked at 4 that I really loved, and I hoped for a job. I tried out. I did the interview. I stayed with them for 16 hours just to see how it was, and all of them offered me a position. And within 2 weeks, I was working at the one I wanted to.
Jesus.
So I was there, and then from there I went to Paris.
Oh, petty.
Yeah, I got married.
Okay, are we jumping to that already?
Well, I guess. I mean, it's just a crazy life.
Like, literally, all you guys, all have balls, but I'm pretty sure Mo has bigger balls than all of you from what you have just heard.
I think I remember in Copenhagen, I FaceTimed Clarice.
You did!
And I was like, Clarice, I met this guy. I met this guy, and I think I like him.
I literally had that photo because I made a collage and I posted it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And you're lying down. Yeah, and she told me, and I was like,
I met this guy. Basically, he's now my future. I mean, my current husband.
Yeah, right now. He's actually downstairs making all the pastries. Okay, so they have this wonderful business. I literally stuffed my face with an eclair.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But Paul is like, they fit so hand in hand, like it's freaking crazy.
He's just my other half. Like
literally, you say your significant other is your other half, but
he's just crazy in a way where we just balance each other out. Like, seriously, it's kind of cliche, but he's just a crazy French guy who's amazing and so nice.
It's so amazing sweet. That like ever since the first day I met him, like there was no like for me he obviously had to learn a lot of English and all that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And then so now it's like we just had a full-on conversation downstairs.
Yeah, exactly. He really improved his English.
Oh my god, it's so crazy.
Before we had to Google Translate a lot.
Really?
Yeah. We had to like be like, what did you say?
What if you argued?
Oh. Before
Would
he'd
you
be saying like
in?
Cursing things, and I used to think, oh wow, that sounds so nice, and then when I learned French, I was like, oh my god, that's not nice at all. So he pretty much fooled me with the French language.
He probably changed it with like his tone.
Yeah. The French sound nice, but they're probably not saying nice things.
Okay, so obviously, he is French and Mo is Filipino. Just imagine how cute their babies look like. And honestly, Yan, the youngest one, is like sleeping right now, and
he's really good.
Oh my gosh. Like earlier I was holding him, no care in the world, and was just like, I really hope that my future kids are like you.
Yeah.
And same with Louis. Louis like a ball of energy. He's like, play with me now. How about it now?
It's nonstop.
But their household, it's literally like, I hope one day. I was just telling Mom, I was like, you make me want to get married and have kids right now.
Do it. Be my neighbor.
Okay, so with everything going on with like this whole COVID situation, you're still working, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I went back to the winery. So I'm a chef currently I'm the chef at Robert Sinsky Vineyards in Napa. It's right near Bouchon, up in the hills.
Sounds
if
fancy.
Everyone knows where Bouchon is, but it's a wonderful winery where we practice biodynamics and organic winemaking. And we have our own garden there where we do real farm-to-table cuisine, where we take, our garden vegetables or fruit.
Crazy.
We create
whatever's
pairings
there
with the wine. Yeah. Experience. We call it food and wine experiences. So you can enjoy the wine along with your food, because that's the best way to enjoy wine.
Oh yeah, and I feel like farm to table is like so popular now.
It's popular, but it's really.
But it has to be
real farm.
Yeah.
It can't just be like, hey, I'm at a restaurant and I'm like doing farm to table. Like,
no,
you're really
obviously.
just buying vegetables from a purveyor that was like
that's fake.
2
that's
months
fake.
old or something.
Yeah.
No, this is like it's me and my team pulling vegetables from the ground.
That's insane.
And preparing it for you and actually growing it as well and tending to the vegetables. So
that's crazy.
It's a whole new program.
It's a legit farm to table.
Yeah, so it's very different than the restaurant world where I'm working 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
Very fulfilling in a different way for me, especially where it balances with my current life with my 2 kids and my husband. And it gives me time to develop the business with Paul on the side, which is Tarts de Fébès. Not sure if you've heard of it, but you should.
I'm definitely going to link that because I have tried so many things on that item. I would literally drive here just to taste test every single thing.
It's yum.
Like, my favorite one, I think, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's the almond cake or the almond.
The gâteau basse.
Ooh, that thing. That I literally maybe ate like
you guys,
70.
I deliver, or Paul and I deliver to San Francisco maybe 2 times
Oh my god.
2
it's
times
so
a month
good.
because I don't want to drive to San Francisco all the time. So, and actually a lot of our clients are either in the Napa area or Vallejo area or in Contra Costa, which is near us. So normally all of our orders get fulfilled here. And so I only really have to go to the East Bay and San Francisco or the Peninsula only a couple times a month. So we're really lucky that we're pretty much sold out weeks in advance.
She's like doing it. So she has a job and she's doing this small business. I'm always just like, dude, just do this and open your own bakery. And
it's in the plans. It's in the plans.
I was like, I'll do the marketing for you. You don't even have to pay me.
Oh, okay.
Like,
you can do the marketing and we'll pay you for sure.
No.
But we are looking for brick and mortar. I hate to say that it's a great time to look, but it is.
Unfortunately,
yes. It's almost our blessing in disguise where we can actually take our time and actually negotiate with landlords about commercial real estate, which is exciting and intimidating in a completely different way than homeowners. You know, it's like.
And you know who can help you with commercial real estate is Nishi.
Nishi.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you. Hey, I was just thinking about him the other day.
Oh my god, we went out for my birthday and he literally spent like so much money on my birthday. What a great best friend. Like
great
dinner, everything.
I'm there.
So
Nishi.
Yeah.
I'll drop my current agents right now for you. Done.
And he did love all the stuff
oh yeah, that's right. He showed me a picture. So I delivered to Clarice a few weeks ago, and then our friend Nishi, he sent me a picture of it, and it was like an eclair or something in a Tupperware, and I was like, nice picture. And I was like, nice picture. Why is it in a Tupperware?
Because that's mine. I ordered that myself, and I wanted it.
I know. And then he was like, Clarice gave it to me like this, and I was like, I was just kidding, but really not. And I was like, you could have put it on a plate and made it look nice.
Take a picture. You know, he's a guy. Come on.
It was like a piece just like torn off. I was like, oh.
Probably has like a bit or like a.
He was like, this is so good. I was like, it doesn't look very good.
Oh my god, no, everything was so good. I legit had to work out like 5 times more than I usually did, but it was so worth it.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to just like try more things if you ever need a taste tester.
Yeah, and you can also find our products at Magnolia Mini Mart. It's in Oakland for anyone who's nearby. I mean, they're amazing. They do local. They showcase local chefs, and only really good ones.
AKA you guys.
Oh yeah, sorry. That was a little greedy over there.
It's okay.
But anyways,
no, toot your own horn.
But they're awesome. They also, you know, they support us. So 2 times a week I'm there.
I did not know
and
that.
And Paul's there just delivering to them. Yeah, they just showcase our stuff, so you can follow them. Magnolia Mini Mart. Also, we have just met with Asha Tea House in Berkeley. They'll be offering our matcha eclairs that we just made. That showcased with their tea that's sourced from Japan. Small matcha stuff.
Matcha. It was so good. I'm telling you guys, I ate one literally right when I got here. Well, when I got here, and Paul, her husband, was like hauling ass in the kitchen, just like baking stuff like a madman. He just pumps out eclairs and pastries. That sounds so weird. He just pumps out eclairs.
Oh my god, well, it's so bad.
Okay, well, speaking of food, fun fact. If you had to pick your favorite food of all time.
Favorite food of all time, rice.
Okay, besides rice, that's like a given because we're Asian.
Rice. I mean, how can you... I can't... That's like the first thing that comes into mind. Any rice dish, like rice... Fried rice, I don't know, fried everything. So good. Okay, fine. Let me think. No, it's rice. It's rice. I'm sorry. That's all I can think about. I love it.
Same here. I even love this. This is the weirdest thing. I love when rice is freshly cooked and I open it and I just like take a whiff and
or you fluff
fresh.
it.
Oh yeah, the
you know what?
texture.
You guys gotta invest in. If you guys have a rice cooker.
Is it that $600 one?
No.
Oh.
It's like $300.
Okay.
Shit, what's the brand?
Is it the Panda?
Fuck, I totally forgot. And it's downstairs. I use it every day. We'll text it to you guys.
Yeah, so we'll post that because she recommends
it's worth it. It's worth it for sure.
300?
It's so worth it. I'm not even kidding.
Does it only cook rice or is it multi-use of other things?
You can do other things on it for sure, but it takes longer to cook your rice, but it's always perfect with the right ratio. And it's pretty awesome. I mean, I used to cook rice on my stove all the time because I thought I was just amazing at it. And this is just no-brainer. Like, Paul can cook it. Paul's from France, and he didn't really know how to cook rice before, and now he's a pro.
Tell the listeners, how is Filipinos cook rice, though? How do you measure it?
Oh, you measure it with your finger, you guys.
I've never used a rice cup before.
Oh, you don't need to. But actually, Paul, he uses a scale.
What?
I know, but it's always perfect every single time. I'm telling you, it's perfect.
So it's not too wet or too dry.
It's not too wet, too dry.
But do you show him the finger?
Yeah, but he doesn't believe in it because.
What do you mean?
Because I mean, if you really think about it, okay, every rice is different. So whether it's jasmine rice, whether it's like Japanese rice or Korean rice or sushi rice, Filipino rice, and broken rice, brown rice, every kind of rice takes a different amount of water. This is a food fact, guys.
There you go. Instead of
your wild rice didn't cook enough,
wild rice it expands a lot, right?
Yeah, but you have to put a lot of water in there because it takes so long to cook.
Interesting. Never
yeah,
knew that.
So it's just the amount of things that you have to put because it just soaks up water in a different way.
Yeah, we'll see. Now you guys know if you guys want to cook
cooking rice.
You can't just use your finger all the time. You can't.
Nice.
As Filipinos know. Oh, you can't use your finger. Okay, favorite dish. But lastly, if you could live off of one dessert your whole entire life.
One dessert my whole entire life?
Yeah.
Okay, rice pudding, guys. Is that rice again?
I just noticed that.
I know, me too. But rice pudding's so good. Or okay.
I don't know.
Let me think. Ice cream is pretty awesome.
Okay, that's pretty basic.
It is basic, but I mean, you don't want to eat tiramisu every day, do you?
That is true. I could eat like a Nutella sandwich every day.
You could?
Like those Uncrustables.
Oh yeah, those are good. Nutella sandwich, that's yummy. I can make that.
I'm sure you can. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Nutella.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry guys. We're really hungry, as you can tell. All right, guys. Can I just say something?
What?
Mo is so scared of doing this before, and then I told her that it'll probably be around like 30 minutes, right? And then she's like, no, you said 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes max.
And and I told her it's super conversational and everything, and we're almost at 40 minutes.
What? Awesome.
So,
are these people sleeping?
I know. Wake up, guys.
Wake up.
But thank you so much. You are my first guest on my podcast,
awesome.
And like seriously, and she fed me, and I got to play with the kids, and I got to stuff my face with eclairs, and like, oh my god, we'll probably come here more often.
Please. And I was supposed to cook for Clarice tonight. I was like, oh, I'm gonna cook you just a simple dinner. I was actually gonna make
chicken
katsu.
Yeah.
And with homemade stuff, homemade condiments. But then we're so busy with the company downstairs.
Busy's good, bitch.
Busy's really good.
Yeah.
Actually, we do all this out of our home, guys. So it's insane. But we're fulfilling a lot of orders. So
it's like,
I just told my husband, I was like, hey, what do you think about
delivery? And then Paul was like, this is the best idea you've had all day.
I know. He's so happy right now. We're about to eat sashimi right now.
God.
Delivery. It's not as good as like Japanese sashimi.
It's fine, but like,
totally fine. We'll just think about it.
I'm just like,
I'll make it yummy.
Okay, fine. So I think I will probably be here within the next few days again.
Done.
All right, thank you guys for listening. This wasn't weird at all because it's my first time being alone. Well, not really alone. I have Mo here. But tune in next time. Don't know what the topic is yet because, since I got to do shit on my own.
Thanks, Renee. I'm just kidding. I love you.
We love you. But thank you guys. Till next time.